Welcome back to Catalyst 2024. It is time for the main event. The entire day today is dedicated solely to the 150cc FFA. We're about to begin Heat 1. The room has already basically gathered, so we're going to be getting right into the action here. My name is Awoken, and I am here with Nightcrawler, who did unfortunately have to drop from the FFA.
I never entered it, but
You did?
I'm basically I'm going back to Vegas a little bit early today.
Okay, so as for the format, we've already getting questions from Twitch chat about the format. So there are 3 qualifying round 1 heats that have 11, 10, and 10 players respectively.
31 total, yep.
31 total players. And from those 3, the top 8 players go into semis. There is no second chance in 150 FFA. So top 8 players from all 3 heats will be in the semifinals. From there, round 1's 8 races as well. And there will be 2 12-player semifinals rooms. They're both 12 races. And from top 6, from each of those, we'll create a finals room of also 12 races.
Yeah, so the TLDR, we're going to do 8 races round 1, 12 races 2 and 3.
Yes.
And we're going to be losing 5 players here after round 1. So 24 of the 31, will go into round number 2 for the semis. But yeah, I'm really excited, Awoken. I mean, this field, I think we just got to talk about this for a second. I've never seen a skill gap in 4 years of Mario Kart with these players this
close. Yeah.
I was in the 2v2 yesterday, right? And I kind of entered that one in late. I played 1 round with Wisp. And, I mean, every team was fighting. And I remember, too, I wasn't even familiar with James and A1. And it was funny, too, because we were actually talking to them because of some common knowledge and what we were seeing on the track. And I actually was making some moves to pass them. And those guys were flying, and P-Mercs and Linguini. Can we talk about those guys?
Yeah.
I need to know, and pardon us for hopping in here so early. We need to know what his shirt is.
Yeah. I think he was wearing just a plain blue shirt.
That's a toss. We're gonna have to talk to Linguini about that.
Yeah, no, the shirt he was wearing yesterday was incredible. Yeah, he should have gone blue today. And
it's on the VOD there of the IRL stream. But yeah, I mean, let's talk about this qualifier though, Awoken. I mean, Sneaks actually deserved the 1 seed primarily because Sneaks has actually beaten Bobby every single time this year. Sneaks has only lost to Bobby at Edgeguard. Sneaks didn't even make the finals at Edgeguard, and that was the tournament that Vantox had won back in October 2022. You got Michael, who has won 2 out of the 3 tournaments. You're the only one that has broken the Michael streak. With your 200cc win, Awoken, so congratulations there.
Thank you.
But Michael winning the 2v2 there with JP Givener. You got Krakow, the SNS 100 winner, 2-time Twin Game on Expo champion from this year. You got P-Mercs, runner-up at Riptide this year. Luxatone coming off of a top 5 finish in DreamHack, beating out 495 players in Atlanta just a month ago. You got Heartless, who is your 2020 CEO Dreamland champion. He's the 6th seed in this qualifier. Squishy, who is one of the TOs in Georgia, he's been really on the cusp of some greatness there in the Georgia scene. Beastly Mustard making a return, had a great run again in battle. He says he's washed, but again, that's probably a lie. E77 finalist at CEO Dreamland, so familiar with racing with Heartless. We got Dairy King and Wayna?
Wina? I think that's Wina.
We're going to have a couple unknowns there in the bottom, but even as we go through these other qualifiers, I mean, everyone down the list, like even the second to last or third to last seed in the second qualifier is a finalist in a Florida tournament. And even the third to last seed in the third qualifier is an MKC competitive player. We're going to be seeing the debut of So Much Puke today, who wasn't here day 1. So
there's a lot of talent at the top, obviously, but it's not like most other players where there's like one top 10 in the world by every regard, like online and 66 and lounge or whatever, and then everyone else. No, the best player here is like a hotly contested title because it could be one of multiple of the top 6 seeds, I would argue.
And that's the thing too, like Bobby and Sneaks, they've been the ones on the tour the longest. On the USMK, our gamified rankings, they're both 1 and 2 respectively. Bobby's just played a couple more higher level tournaments than Sneaks, but Sneaks also doesn't have a car and, had some limited appearances last year for a couple reasons. But JP Givener, this is his first time outside of casting playing in this tournament. he's a little bit of an unknown in theory in the land side, but we expect great things from
Yeah,
what we saw.
you can't deny his online skill.
And that
you
too,
know,
it will
with
carry
him
over.
winning the 2v2 with Michael, we've already seen a glimpse of what he can do at lands.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to worry about me today. I was not even intentionally targeting him. But, yeah, when the 200 and battle, we both took each other out there at the end. It was very poetic. But I'm excited for John. Michael as well. He's going to be in this qualifier. Can he contest sneaks? That's going to be a huge question. You know,
Can Michael go 3 for 4? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, he's playing so much better than when he was in 2021 back at the SNSs. And, you know, I remember having some great battles with Michael back, and he's just light years better than what he was back 3 years ago.
Michael's been grinding. I've been close friends with him ever since that SNS 100 appearance, and I've seen him putting in the work.
I'm just really
not going into lands, but really putting in the work online. He's a completely different player.
For sure. Yo, what's up, Dave? What's up, Twitch chat as well? Hope things are going well. By the way, quick shout out there to Dave from PlayX. If any of you are in the Chicago area in March, early March, PureCon, Dave and some of the team will be running it. I know Danny is going to be helping out. We're going to have Nerd there, potentially some of the SRG folks as well. So really, really excited for that one. If you are looking for the next kind of regional, it's going to be PureCon in March in Illinois.
Cool. All right. I believe we are just about ready to get underway. That room looks pretty full to me.
We're just filling.
Yeah.
We're just kind of BSing until we get things going.
Yeah, we're hiking the Appalachian Mountains, if you will.
This qualifier has so many different storylines here. I mean, literally 9 of the 11 players have LAN history. One of the middle seeds has even won a tournament. And I mean, you know, P-Mercs, I'm really looking forward to seeing how well P-Mercs is going to do. Very enigmatic player, definitely deserving of the effective 4 seed here of this qualifier.
Yeah, and P-Mercs, like we were saying, actually, I think, didn't you move his seed up a little bit after his 2v2 performance? Or was that already set in stone?
I don't think we did, but so what we are doing is similar to Smash. We do move the seeds around, mainly because we don't want regions to face off. So, for instance, we have so many interregional battles here, right? We want to make sure you and Rod were not together knocking each other out.
Yeah, there's like a ton of Georgia players. There's a ton of Florida players, of course.
You know what's funny is it was perfect, and then I come to realize, like last night, hey, we have all Vegas players in one qualifier. And honestly, quite frankly, Bobby and Kansai, they will be in qualifier number 2. There's really no way around that with some of the standings. I mean, you could argue maybe Michael could move up there, but honestly, a Michael-Bobby qualifier
even then, Kansai would deal with sneaks.
Yeah,
so you'd have to maybe swap Kansai and Rookie.
Snakes is Florida now, but yeah. So you got Sloppy Gunner making an appearance here from Vegas. You got the Ohio guys, the Midwest Riptide guys are playing incredibly well. Yep. You and Rod, I'm really looking forward to.
We're the only 2 from New England, right?
Yeah, the Georgia group was a little bit difficult because there's 5 or 6 of them, and we tried to put it like around 2 players in each qualifier. So. But honestly, the middle section of this tournament is all up for grabs.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
and that's where it's going to be interesting. And you know, like, it's probably going to be, honestly, it's going to be like 2 or 3 players fighting for like MVP of the room, and that's like nice and all for like bragging rights or whatever. But where it gets interesting is who makes those top 8 spots.
Yeah,
and that's where the skill gap is so close. It's actually 7 that'll go out.
Oh, I'm dumb. Yeah, you're right. I can't math. You're right, because it's one qualifier threw me off. Let's talk about the gambling for a second here. The gambling responsibly. We had
Michael's the favorite.
Michael is the favorite here with 58%. We have 5 players betting on Michael. Sneaks also coming in second there. He's got 3 players supporting him there with 720 channel points. And P-Merc's getting some support as well from 2 players there with 400 channel points. Nobody else on the board. So that'll be interesting to see how P-Mercs will kind of be in the fray with Michael, Sneaks, and Krakow. Krakow's going to be interesting as well because Krakow does have 2 smaller wins this year. He won one of the 2 tournaments he won in Arizona was against really Purple Pigeon, who was adjacent to Cozy Fog, like a PAX finalist, but he did end up beating myself and Fishy and Mega J Keezy back on the first day of Game On. Yeah. But he's he didn't make MobileCon finals, didn't make Edgeguard finals, but I'm expecting a big resurgence here from Krakow. But I'm really curious about Michael. Do you have any favorites here, Logan?
My bias is definitely showing when you ask that question, but like you said, Michael, I've been on the Michael hype train since before the event even started. Like, I know I definitely argued to you that he should be the battle #1 seed, and he proved me right.
Yeah.
Him and John absolutely killed it in specifically finals of the 2v2. BR were definitely giving them competition all throughout both the qualifier and the finals, but that finals room is really where they really started to run away with it. Like,
Yeah.
Michael's one of those players where when the competition gets better, he plays better.
Yeah,
And that's
for sure.
such an underrated quality at LANs. For
Yeah,
sure.
Michael, I mean, I'm really excited to see Michael play. I mean, and even too in battle, when Manklor had won the format, and Gamma Star, who we did see in the chat yesterday, didn't end up not able to make it out, but won the Riptide format. So it's a brand new format, and Michael still was the effective 1 seed of his qualifier. But yeah,
Yes.
I'm excited. He's the only. Actually, that's a lie. He's the second non-#1 seed in USMK history to win a tournament. So that's actually kind of crazy.
Yeah. Are you going to have to stay up until 4 a.m. again? No. We will not be running until 11 Eastern this time.
No.
At this rate, we're probably thinking the FFA should run to, like, in Eastern time, 6:30? 7?
Trying to think. So if it's 8 races,
if we speed run it, we'll be done before 6, but I don't think that's happening.
I'm just going to bank on 3 hours for quals. I think it would be around 6:30.
Let's call 6:30 as our safe guess.
Because we are starting
6:30 is our
later.
safe guess.
Yeah, we I think that a couple learnings for next time is going to be, you know, we have a couple players, including myself, even though I'm not playing, that are leaving early. So we want to be cognizant of that. And the venue also opened at noon, so we're kind of just, you know, getting things going ASAP. And the room is pretty much ready. They're hopping in right now.
Yeah, we're already on to our first race. Is that Yoshi's Island?
That's Peach Gardens.
Okay. I saw five letters. I saw five letters.
And the
yeah.
the yellow resemblance of the island on the tiny screen over there.
Okay. Well, here we go. About to kick off the FFA tournament here at Catalyst 2024. Let's get underway here on Peach Gardens.
The 9-player POV looking awesome as ever. Again, Dairy King and Wyna are not going to be on stream, but the other 9 players will be. So, yeah. We're going to be starting off with Squishy. By the way, Squishy has adjusted. Normally a Isabel main, back to Peachette on the Teddy Bike. Should be a good overall adjustment for them.
Oh yeah, definitely. I know Squishy and his team PSP had a really good run in the CKL, the Collegiate Karting League. I believe they placed 3rd in that with his team, and there's a lot of members of that team in this tournament. Squishy's on that team, Spoon is on that team.
A lot of the collegiate players are really showing up to these lands, and it's exciting too seeing, you know, other players like Jay who have been having really solid runs. Jay and Squishy have been in some heartbreaking situations in lands over the past, getting 13th a few times and barely missing out. But
yeah.
I love playing with Squishy. I think that the Georgia team's got a lot going for it. And Krakow now trying to make their move up through there in 3rd, but Sneaks in 2nd. And it's going to be Heartless in 1st. Exciting. Heartless hasn't really played this game much in 3 years, but Heartless did get...
we'll be getting hit, and Sneaks will be taking that for the first time with double defense and 10 points. Sneaks is in an amazing position, barring a blue shell. And in those, like, 10, 11-player rooms where, like, it's a little harder to change your playstyle, that's the thing about... That's what was difficult for me to adjust to, was the 10, 11-player rooms. Like, it's not a small enough room that you have to entirely adjust your playstyle, but, like, it is a little different to what you usually do, where it's, like, bottom 3 get you power items instead of bottom 4. It's those tiny little things that you have to get used to on the fly that makes playing in like the early rounds of lands a lot more difficult from an adaptive standpoint than finals. Because if you're a regular online player, finals is just another Mogi.
No, you did bring that up earlier. That's something that I take for granted because in Vegas we had the 10 players set up for quite some time. And we still even use it sometimes at some smaller lands. Sneaks though trying to cut through the grass. Gonna have the blue shell. That might have actually held him up a little bit. Squishy trying to make a move there with the star. Michael here in 4th. Gonna have to watch for some backs. And it looks like Sneaks does get hit and back at the line.
Sneaks.
Heartless able to capitalize on his 2nd place there. And by the way, let's talk about Heartless for a minute. Heartless has played 1 land this year. It wasn't necessarily public. but it was run in Atlanta, and it was FWA, and I believe Heartless might have gotten like second or third. If anybody knows, anybody from the Wii days knows Carr. I don't know if you're familiar.
I don't. I actually don't. No.
But Carr ended up taking that one down. That was at FWA in Atlanta. We don't have any of the the log results from that. That was a furry con, but just kidding.
Yeah,
It's actually hype that they're running tournaments and so we don't know where the results are.
Yeah, no, we don't judge here in the Mario Kart community. It's Florida, and I'm wearing this. No, I'm already taking more risks than I should.
By the way, he's rocking the tail, he's rocking the mask, on brand, and I'm not
gonna
lie.
love it. Yeah, I love it.
He does not look like he has only played once in the last 3 years.
For sure. Yeah, no. Heartless has been one of the surprises. Doing super well in battle, I think, didn't he?
He did. Yeah, another fun fact about Heartless. So I started to know Heartless back when the Unknowns were a thing. So the Unknowns were a team in the lower divs back in 2019. Fun fact, we actually got DQ'd our first match for alting. We didn't realize that a player was alting on our team, very first MKU. So we became good rivals with Heartless. Heartless then became a co-leader PH, but the funny thing is that I actually didn't get banned for this, but we made a video of Heartless's co-leader at the time on the Unknowns. We faked a video beating him up in a hotel room, sending it into the MKC channel. And the funny thing is the Unknowns were undefeated, but the Mexican team X Project, led by Kike and his dad, Secret, ended up winning and breaking the undefeated streak. They were so hyped up and they thought that we actually beat them up, that they broke the undefeated streak for the Unknowns. Crazy story.
These are stories that I haven't even heard. I haven't been playing for long enough. I joined the community in 2020.
Yeah, Sneak says Fortnite, by the way, Gabe. But yeah, that was something I was like, and nobody got hurt. Sleeps also was a professional bowler, semi-pro at the time. He doesn't play the game anymore.
He plays football as well, right?
Heartless is the only, I think, the unknown player left. Maybe besides MK Samuel, but he's more tour-based now. He's a World Cup tour player. Mm-hmm. Anyways, lap number 2 here. Things are getting interesting. Michael with the lead on Koopa Cape. Krako there in second.
A Shroom in first, but no defense. If Krako decides to get aggressive, then this could be interesting for Michael. If I'm him, honestly, I Shroom up.
Yeah, I think the Shroom into the potential trail, but no, you know what? This is a smart, poised play here from Krako. Just let the race come to him once the blue, or inevitably, or something happens.
Yeah, and if he throws this right, it will connect. He has 2 of them now.
He does. But
so Krako's got some choices to make.
Very conservative gameplay here from second, and Dairy King, look at that. Villager boy. Got to be a little bit careful, but hanging in there. One of the unknowns of this tournament. Maybe Dairy King can move on. A little bit of a breakaway there as well between the top 3 on the minimap. Yeah. Not a little bit. That is
multiple seconds of breakaway. There's that blue. Okay, Michael holding on to that Shroom may have paid off, but it depends on what Krako does with this red. He's going to throw it. And Michael has no defense.
I think it's going to still
that blue is going to go for Michael. He should dodge it. He does.
Well played there by Krako, and now Michael may have to settle
super patient,
and
it paid off.
Exactly. And Dairy King, what a run this is going to be for Dairy King, and I believe that's how you pronounce their name.
Yeah, Dairy King, I would imagine.
It's with a Q, by the way, guys. Huge top 3 there. Krako, Michael, Dairy King, and the battle's going to be for 4th. It looks like it could be Sneaks or one of the Peachettes. That could be Squishy.
Squishy, yeah, it will be Sneaks. It will be Squishy. And let's look at who's hovering around 8th. There's a tie for 8th.
Oh, man, Dairy King.
And 10th is 1 point back. So that's an interesting 3-way battle that we're going to have to keep tabs on.
Yeah, my mind just went straight to the 6th place spot. I got to precondition myself to look at 8th. But, man.
Yeah.
Huge run there from Dairy King, though.
Yeah, Krako 2 for 2 on a perfect run thus far. Obviously, we know how hard those are to keep up.
I just realized I was the one that broke your streak. I'm sorry.
What?
And I think I was the one that redded you 2 off the map.
On 200 finals?
Yes, and Bowser. Yeah. So that was fun because, I was battling with Team J. Oh, yeah, and I noticed that too, right, during that the war. I know Rookie pointed it out on the cast, how we got away with having a Team J and a Team John in the same lobby. But it was funny. Yeah. I love talking with James and A1. They were getting, they had some bad luck, and honestly too, like, I was like, what are you guys gonna do? You see the shock, right?
Yeah.
I'm just sitting beside him, like, I don't know. Normally you don't get to play like that, but like, hey, it's common knowledge, right? Why not talk with the other team?
It will be Twisted Mansion for race 3, unfortunately.
What do you mean, unfortunately?
I mean, unfortunately, this track is not good.
I want someone to take the night cut. This is one of the most prestigious tracks in the game. It's multifaceted, split paths in multiple sections, double apex corners, spots to shroom up. Back in the OG days, you could target chalk on this map. There is so much going for this map, plus it's spooky season all the time.
Yeah.
I mean,
it might just be iconic to you because the I Have Greens clip.
well, that too, but there's so many different elements that make this a good track. The way that the boxes are spread out, backing sections here. This is the double apex turn as well there, going to the right. And then you kind of have that decision point you got to make on to go left or right. Luxatone opting to go left, takes out Michael. And somebody changed to PH. I'm assuming that might be...
must be Sneaks. That must be Sneaks. Hold on, we'll see.
Yes.
Yeah, imagining so. Sneaks also switching Yoshi colors periodically throughout. I know Bobby and Kanzai were doing that a lot in the 2v2. Probably in an attempt to throw people off because they see white Yoshis one race. They're like, oh, let's go for some white Yoshis. And then the next race, they're red. And then the next race, they're pink.
I think it's an identity thing because some players will be like, I know I need to hit out X character. And then it sometimes does help. Look at Princess Brat. Wait, that's not Brat. That's somebody else. Playing
no,
Kamek?
that is someone else on...
Who plays Kamek? Anyways, huge
P-Mercs?
cluster right here.
It might be P-Mercs.
It could be P-Mercs. Anyways, Krakow here in third. They're trailing Sneaks. There is going to be a little bit of battle here for second. Good avoidance there of the banana. Krakow in a really solid position there with a little bit of offense and defense. But Sneaks does have a little bit of a breakaway.
Yeah, if I'm Krakow... Like, I'm looking back to see what third has, and if it's not a red, which it isn't, Michael's got that shroom up there. A red will find its way, and at this point, Krakow, I think, is just going to pull up the plate and chain into these doubles. Taking the plate through the cut.
I think
maybe in an attempt to hit Michael out, but unfortunately, we'll be running into a Nana instead.
I think that Brat is Wyna, because I've seen everybody else, and we don't have their POV. Anyways, here it is. Battle for the finish. Sneaks looking really solid.
Double defense, one of which is a bomb. And he's got that much of a break. I think Sneaks has this first locked up.
Yeah, with that red going away there from Michael.
Michael will play passive.
Going to be passive here. He's got to watch for the bomb with the blooper. Sneaks is trolling. Great avoidance and awareness there by Michael. And you know Sneaks was going to do that. Sneaks has been a little bit cocky and a little bit, has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder. Everybody's calling Sneaks out for that. But Michael is the overall leader here.
Yeah, Krakow, after having 2 firsts in 2 races, getting, I think, 9th there.
Yeah. And
dropping all the way down to, from having a perfect race to not even being MVP anymore.
Nobody took the Nightcrawler cut.
Yeah, no one took the Nightcrawler MIF Greens cut.
No, when I got it picked in my race, nobody could hear me, but like I literally pulled 3 sets of triple greens on 1 lap. I was just murdering people.
Of course.
Like back in.
Did you say it twice though?
Once. I said it
once. That's the issue. I
said it twice once.
Okay.
But I'm referring. Well, the story behind that was Emery was muted for the entire war, so I was trying to. And now she talks, and I've corrupted so many MKC players over the years. You know who actually talks so much more in a war call? You might have had experience with them if they were on BB. Francis. Francis used to be very quiet, and now Francis is one of the
I played with Francis. I played with Francis marginally on BB. I don't remember if we've ever actually warred together, but we were teammates on both BB and on Instinct in 200 way back in the day.
Oh, Instinct, yeah. We're going to be going to Maple Tree Way here. Maybe we can get a little Kevo action as, OH Brat is going to be Wyna. So, again, even our bottom seeds are really fighting to move on here. This is going to be a huge battle for 8th. I think we obviously know that there's going to be some expected favorites, like Michael,
Krakow moving on.
But I mean, every player in here has LAN experience. Like for a 31-player tournament, like I said, this skill gap is...
Yeah, the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th is where these first-round matches are interesting. Like, it's fun to watch Michael and Sneaks and Krakow. It's good to learn from the best players at this tournament what their gameplay looks like. But where the storylines are is down there in, like, that 7th, 8th, 9th.
Yeah, and every player here has LAN experience. And it's really cool to see a tournament where everybody knows the strategy, everybody knows what they're doing, because it just makes the caliber of the event that much better. And I'm really excited for Florida in the Southeast. The level of driving year over year is insane. And all of the players from, you guys from Mass, and then we had, Vegas and Ohio coming in, Midwest. It's creating this really cool melting pot of racing styles.
Yeah. Heartless opting to switch to babies here for this
He's just having
for this
fun.
race. Yeah, he's just having fun. I respect it. Babies have, since the Wave 4 patch, fallen out of the meta in favor of Yoshi, who has more than double the speed stat while only giving up 1 point of MT.
Everybody tracking down Sneaks. E77 looking a little naked right now as Luxatone does capitalize there on the red shell hit. Moving into second. Luxatone coming out again off that 5th at DreamHack. And Abriel, see you in the chat. Welcome in. My tiebreaker buddy that we never ended up doing at DreamHack. And appreciate everybody hopping in as well. Something happened to Heartless there. He's going down into the sunken place.
Yeah, and gonna be entering lap 3 itemless on a decent coin count, but that speed stat from Baby Date.
Oh boy, I heard the oh shit from the crowd, and rightfully so, pardon my French, as that's going to be changing things. That does not affect the blue shell. Sneaks
is going to be getting that too early and will not be pulling a horn there. Has an opportunity to bomb the entire lobby.
Luxatone's got to be careful. I don't know if Luxatone's going to have the reflexes that Michael does. And look at Dairy King blasting right through that. Squishy. Dairy King, Squishy, and Luxatone, that's your top 4.
Yeah, Dairy Queen, quite the storyline here, having a really good qualifier for himself up to this point. As we approach the end of the first half here, as Michael building all the way up into second, what's he going to be pulling here?
Got to be careful.
Defense,
Dairy has some items there, but with the defense should be okay.
Yep.
I read
another bomb at the line!
With the disrespect.
And Michael's going to do it again.
Did Dairy still end up getting third, or did anybody die from that? No, everybody was playing that very conservative. I like what I'm seeing from Squishy and Dairy and E77. They're playing this.
Right.
They're playing this not like an SNS player would. They're not mashing. They're playing conservative. They know the race is going to come to them.
Yep.
Michael, great bill.
Yeah, great. Yeah, great bill. Getting the extension on that as well. Yeah. That really saved him, because I think if Dairy King is close enough to him, then he gets aggressive and he goes for the kill. And maybe he would have done it.
Didn't. And I think what was really good for Michael, especially in this race too, fool me once, what is the saying? Fool me once, shame on me, whatever. But Michael was going into his bill. He saw Luxatone become the casualty of that bomb. And that might have also preconditioned him knowing, I mean, Sneaks is pulling more bombs than HSB at this point, let's be real. But, Sneaks had that third bomb, and, luckily there's a little bit of a wider area there towards that start-finish line of Maple Treeway, but well done there by Michael.
Yeah. It's something to point out, like we keep coming back to, that battle for, who qualifies and who doesn't. 7th through 9th overall, 20, 20, 19, 18.
Yeah, we got to really start talking about that a little bit more for sure. We're going to be heading to
Squeaky Clean Sprint,
the poop track. I
love this track.
Race 5 of 8, so we're in the second half here, qualifier number 1.
I am one of Squeaky Clean Sprint's strongest soldiers. This track is I like it too. So good.
I like it as well. I like how it's wide and it shrinks, and there's different paths you can take. Yeah, it's a really well-designed track, especially for being an original.
Yeah, Michael will be taking first quickly, doing the TC strats here, and he's going to have to be careful of Krako's red. Has defense, but if a trail happens, then things will get interesting. Squishy will be getting one off onto the red Yoshi there.
Squishy's leveled up a lot since DreamHack already. It's going to be a very difficult, ride up to the top to try to make the finals, I think, for Squishy, but playing very poised, not letting any, adverse effects. I just jinxed them. Get to them.
Here's the thing, though. Michael, because of Krako's aggressive play towards everyone behind him, Michael's now pretty secure in first, because he knows that Krako's not gonna get too fancy with trying to kill him out. And yeah, he's got double defense. He's got 7 coins.
Oh, I love that.
Reds are coming up at him.
That trick cadence was very smooth, how he kind of just...
And yeah, everyone behind Michael's just killing each other. So he gets to just run. He gets to distance himself from the pack, and yeah,
Squishy, man. Oh, getting the revenge on Krako. What a well-served, well-timed dish. And man, Krako's going to be feeling the effects of that for a little bit. Well done there by Squishy.
Here comes the blue for Michael. Will he have time to take this over the glider? Will he get to the other side, actually? No, he won't. No, not making it there.
Yeah. We haven't seen a whole lot from P-Mercs, but well, I'm curious to see where they're going to be falling in line in terms of standings here at some point after this race. Oh, P-Mercs. Oh, luckily,
okay, Shroom makes that from an end of the world scenario to actually being manageable there. And he's going to find himself in third with a pretty solid item in triple Shrooms.
Yeah, so this is Sneaks' race to lose. Realistically, a blue or a shock could be coming in there.
Yeah, Michael's fallen all the way down into 9th from the looks of things.
by the collider, but we'll see. Pack's tightening up a little bit. E77 with the
No, I don't. No, E77. If you're watching this back to like gameplay analysis, I don't blame you for missing that double. That double is so awkward.
Yeah, Sneaks. Is he gonna land? Makes the land.
Oh! I did
And
not think he was there.
Oh, but look at Krakow. Can he make the play?
No,
Doesn't
he's got
look like
defense.
it.
He's got defense. Yeah, that'll be a PH top 2 there. Sneaks and Krakow taking first and second. Is that P-Mercs in third?
I wonder if they're alluding to a reunion of some sort. I mean,
yeah, I know Krakow tweeted before coming here, OGPH is coming back. We could see what that ends up meaning.
We'll see. I have mixed feelings on it. Playing both sides. I'm back on PH, but
would you play for them?
I like all of them, but like the let's just say this: the registry doesn't lie. That's my issue. Don't team hop, guys. That's all I'm gonna say. Be loyal to your team. Move on up with your team. Don't just take the easy way out. And again, that's a lot different. I've been scaling and recruiting teams from like D16 to D8 in a couple.
Yeah,
seasons,
you've actually been a leader. I have not done that.
But there are players that will literally play and have great runs. Don't get me wrong in like D13, and they're like, I'm ready for D4, and it's like, now you just ruined the chemistry of your entire team, and that's gone. That's now being set backwards.
Yeah.
That's just my issue.
Yeah, look at a team like HTF. They started out as actually being in tier F. And
HTF has been
and
awesome.
Had it not been for a couple of opt-outs, they would be D2 right now.
United Bros has been awesome, but look at Sneaks. BM effectively went inactive. Critter went inactive. Sneaks was on LZ once, now on LZ again. Krakow between polyamorously between BM, Speed Stars, Divine Phoenix, Danny as well. Love Danny to death, but there's just players that aren't loyal. You got the Arcadia guys. I mean, they're married to each other, and I don't mean that in a funny way. Like they will die together.
Yeah, you joined that team, and like you almost never see people leaving Arcadia.
Yeah,
yeah.
And the Americans have their issues, but also Latin America. I want to call you out as well. Culturally, I know it's a little bit different, but. There are some teams that are incredibly loyal. Some players will literally change in the middle of a season and go back to another team.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, and ending the rant here, we are
Vancouver Velocity.
Back to Canada.
Yes.
John's probably getting a trip out of this, seeing some sights. Anyways, looks like Michael is got to be a little bit patient here with Sneaks. Sneaks has the horn, and probably going to be interesting move here with Michael.
Michael's got the horn as well. Does he get aggressive? He's been playing passive this whole time. I think he would throw Sneaks off if he went for a good kill.
Watch the smart
There
bounce.
are 3 horns in top 3 at the moment.
King!
Derry King! Oh! A great play from Krakow. Derry King opting to be passive. Like, the play there might be use your horn, just break the green, and just be safe. But I get wanting to hold your items. I get trying to be passive. Like, that's not a bad play in the moment. It's just you're splitting hairs. You're splitting hairs in moments like that.
And on a side note, I think we should probably maybe ask Derry how to pronounce her name. If it's Queen with the Q or like King, like the dynasty from China. I don't know. But anyways, this is the battle up here. We saw Derry and Krakow going at it in 3rd and 4th, but 1 and 2 is Sneaks and Michael.
Revealed. Yeah. No, Sneaks would have to like slow horn Michael to actually get something out of having it. And at this point, like, why not just hold it for a blue?
Makeler's Kong was the best. He just set off. If you might have heard the mic pick it up, let's be real, he's probably going to do it. But no, actually smart. That was smart by Michael to get him to use the horn so he wouldn't troll.
What does
Michael's
third have,
a little
though?
bit defensive.
What does third have?
Doesn't matter.
Nothing. Okay, Michael hold on to second there. It'll be Krakow third, Sneaks first. And more and more Red Yoshis
are... Was that Squishy that got third and it was elusive a little bit? That's going to be a huge run.
Squishy's on Peachette. Krakow is regular
right.
Peach.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I swear, every race there are more and more Red Yoshis popping up on the map.
Beastly Mustard's in 5th, Derry King in 4th. What? Yo, this is so exciting.
Yeah,
literally, Beastly has not played since 2021. He came down here because he's got some family in literally this town, and having the run of his life right now. Even he made the battle finals and I couldn't. I only play Shine Thief. I'm a Shine Thief specialist but Beastly was taking names. And Derry is playing phenomenally. E77 was making some solid plays. Obviously, had a little bit of a when I went through this list of like who's playing today, like I know some of you don't know some of the names of individuals not in the community, but this is for a 31 player event.
These are 31 good players.
You know, all of these players would
like. I know the stigma. Yeah. The stigma around LANs is like there's usually a few casual players that are just Mario Kart enjoyers from the area showing up. Those people aren't really here. This is 31 This is 31 recognizable names. 31 really solid players.
And that's the thing. Even if let's just play devil's advocate here, right? Even if they are more casual, right, and they're not involved in the competitive community besides LANs. I mean, these are players that study the top players' gameplay daily. They watch JP Givener videos. They look at the tech on YouTube.
Yeah, they watch MKTX records. So, they watch their shortcuts.
They're coming in, and they're and I realized that I got humbled a little bit in the 2v2 when I was racing with you and Rod, and I was seeing that these teams that I thought were out of it, fighting in the top couple of spots at the very beginning, and it's hard to break out of it. But here we go, Bone Dry Dudes. If you're French and you're in the chat, salute.
Heartless on the standard bike. I love this from Heartless.
He's having fun.
Yeah, no, he's just here for the good time.
And he is a champion.
Yeah, who cares about 0.25 of mini turbo stat? He's here. He's here to enjoy the tournament.
Oh, Squishy flexing with the top pack. Oh, doesn't land it.
Will fall off.
I admire the effort though.
Yeah, top path. One of the underrated elements about this track. Oh, back in 2021, like OG JP Givener fans might remember the JP Givener analysis. Yes. I was actually the subject of one of those episodes. I submitted a Bone Dry Dudes race, and one of the points he tried to hammer home to me was how valuable the top path is, because like no one really goes there, and it's basically a free item at the end of the lap. Yeah,
we tend to see a lot of inside drifting Vegas players use it. Jadex is a phenomenal player that loves the top path. Look at Krakow battling with Heartless. Down goes Heartless, able to fire out that red. Phenomenally done. But look at Michael's gap. This is his race to lose.
Oh yeah, Michael has made his way up the pack.
P. Merckson sneaks in third, Krakow in fourth.
Yeah, it's a question of will there be shock, will there be blue? We've seen a lot of blues in
There's definitely a distance where there will be a blue or shock by the end of the race.
Yeah, like that P-Chat, that Kamek, they're absolutely at blue shell distance at the moment. And if I'm Michael, yeah, drop that and get defense into your second spot.
Yeah, that did detonate a little bit prematurely. His gap is too big.
No, that's not a bomb that you drop to kill someone. That's a bomb that you drop to get a coin in your first slot so that you have protection from the goes. Yeah.
Blue is out.
Blue is out. Gonna hit Michael with a star in third might actually have enough time to catch up. The triple shrooms.
Oh, and the shock dodge. This could be. Whoa, Michael still gets it.
Okay, Michael.
Battle between P. Mercs and Heartless. Third hasn't crossed the line yet. It's going to be either maybe Krakow.
That was Spoon.
Oh, that was Spoon.
Not Spoon. The other one.
No, Squishy. He did get third.
Squishy.
P. Mercs, Heartless must
no,
look at this.
I'm mixing up my Georgia players.
Oh my gosh, 4 points. Heartless is on 8th. Wait, where was E77? There's a 3-way tie for 5th. I can't process
I'm here mixing up my Georgia players. That was not Spoon. Spoon's not even in this lobby. It was Squishy.
No, it was Squishy.
That took that.
But there's a 3-way tie for 5th. And then 8th was Heartless.
Yeah, and Heartless was only like 9th. I think 2 points behind.
E77 is 9th. How far back is E77?
I think it was 40, 40, 40, 38, 36.
36. It was a 4-point gap between 5th and 8th. So we're looking at a potential clip here. 36 for Heartless, 32 for E77, 25 for Wina. Oh man, Luxatone's at 20. This is going to be difficult.
So a 4-point gap. A 4-point gap.
It's 4 points between the 3-way tie for 5th and 8th, and then it is. You're right. 4-point gap between 8th and 9th as well.
Okay. Who won the 2v2 yesterday? That would be Michael and John.
Oh, you're going to Riverside for the last race here.
Oh yeah, this is it.
Remember, 4-point gap. Anybody? Nobody is safe besides maybe Krakow, Michael, and Sneaks right now. You just got to keep in mind that there are probably 7 players that have a chance of making it in. Again, only
7
8
chance I can still get a limit Sneaks. No, that's one thing I like about LANs. You don't DC in LANs if you bag too hard, like if you stay doing nothing for too long. So you have a lot more opportunity to just mess around and do stuff like that.
Yeah, this is going to be huge. We know that
Michael! Michael with 2
Oh
stars.
my gosh. This was actually me on
Yeah,
Mario Kart
Michael!
yesterday.
Get
I
the
had,
point.
I had Bill star and was a pretty good. Let's see how he moves up. It is early. It is going into lap number 2.
That'll
If
be.
he can dodge the shock, which is inevitable, that's going to be.
There was an early blue. There was a lap 1 blue, so I think
Shock's going to be
will
early
definitely
as
be
well.
another
Shock's
one.
going to be before the next set. For at least his backpack, probably.
Yeah. If I'm Michael, I'm billing through this cut here. Try and hit Krakow. It will not hit Krakow, but it will give him a super tight line. And I think he's running up a star, if I remember correctly.
E77 getting hit out there. That is not good for
He
them.
is running
They
up
are
a
on the
star.
chopping block.
He's going to be dropping back into bottom 4, though, actually.
Yeah, Wyna there.
Going for just 1 more power item.
Wyna is Brad in the
This will probably
Kamek.
be triple shrooms, I'd imagine.
Wyna's looking relatively safe.
Yeah,
Oh,
Michael will change the star into here. There's a blue shell for Krakow.
Squishy in
out
first.
Towards Krakow's going to throw this blue from 4th.
Squishy's got it. Squishy's taking it. Oh no, it's
P-Merc
P-Merc
is going to take it.
They
The
all
Blue's
get
gonna
hit.
the entire lobby.
Sneaks
The
advances.
horn. Heartless will have iframes through the horn.
Oh, this is going to be huge for Wyna. Wyna's going to be getting 3rd. Michael in a ghost in 1st. Wyna gets 3rd. Heartless gets 4th. Heartless
So much
should
just
be
happened.
safe.
So much
P-Merc
just happened.
Mustard gets 5th. Oh boy, and it's going to be Derry
It's
over
going to be Derry
E77.
King over E77. What a battle
Wyna
between
didn't
that
even make
7th
it.
through 10th. Yeah.
So it will be Michael, Sneaks, Krakow, Beastly Mustard, and Squishy time for 4th. Heartless, P-Mercs, and Derry at E77. Wyna and Luxatone unfortunately won't be moving on. Man, unfortunate run for Luxatone. Had really, really high hopes for Luxatone just after the run that they had at DreamHack, but unfortunately their day ends here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Luxatone right now is probably the. Well, just based off of some recent results, probably like one of the top 3 Georgia players. But yeah, that's probably the upset here this qualifier, though. And to see Derry make it on as the 30th seed, huge run for them.
Huge.
Beastly Mustard and Squishy getting 4th overall. Really exciting stuff. We haven't seen them we haven't seen Beastly in 3 years. If anybody's an SNS player, you're going to know who Beastly Mustard is. Mm-hmm. Also has some heavy battle lore, but. Going into qualifier number 2, Bobby, Kansai, Awoken, Dynamo, Brat, Wisp, Downin, who's also been playing incredibly well, by the way.
Yep.
Stilios, who was a finalist at CEO Dreamland with Heartless and E77, going to be back. James Vaden played phenomenally well in the 2v2 yesterday. And Nano, an unknown player, I believe, from Texas. So
Okay.
it's going to be wild.
Yeah, well, I have to get over there, so
I
we have
know
to
you
wrap
gotta
it up.
go.
Yep.
We got to wrap it up. This is probably going to be my last block, maybe. But yeah, I will see you guys all on the other side. Appreciate casting, and I think, are you guys rotating in? Ooh, you know what? We'll
Okay.
leave it up. We'll leave it up as a mystery. We'll take care, guys.
Yep.